I can't get to everybody. He goes, don't worry, God will put the right people in front of you. Just take a deep breath. God will put the right people in front of you. So we always have to remember that. Welcome, Sam from Boston. We think it's cold here in Dallas because it dropped all the way to 32 degrees or something stupid like that. What's the temperature in Boston, Mass?
We are gonna be raining for the next on and off 24 hours to 36 hours. So it's like 45. But with the rain, you could probably take another 10 degrees off. It feels, 10 degrees colder. So maybe like 30, 35, 30, around
Okay.
there. Not freezing. So
Not freezing. All right. Well, my pool thought it was freezing this morning. I have an automatic thing on my pool that turns on to help it from not freezing. And I think the temperature in the pool thought it was going to freeze. So it got alarmed and went ahead. And yeah, there we go. It turned on, but didn't feel like freezing outside to me. It felt like it to my dog. My dog ran outside all fired up, running in circles. How you doing, Terry? You got some extra clothing on there for this winter day in March?
I do. I do. Yeah, it's crazy. Like I looked at the weather, I think it's gonna be 90 on Friday. So
I like it. I like
yeah,
it. Good
can't put
stuff.
all your winter away yet. Not
Not
yet.
yet, man. Got to hold on. Got to live on
Hmm.
both sides of the fence for a while.
That's right.
All right. Are you going to the barbecue, Terry, that we're doing on the 27th?
Registered already.
Thank you very much. I appreciate that. I will not be there. I'm picking up a little dog. We have re we lost a dog a little while ago, and we
Mm.
ordered we got us a new one. I'm excited to pick that little dude up. But I'll be there with y'all in spirit. So thank you for going, Terry. It means a lot.
Yeah, of course. Looking
Terry,
forward to it.
while we got you and we're talking to you, since you're so open today, tell everybody something about you that no one else knows. Or something about Terry we don't know.
Mm, I don't, some people might know. I have twins, boy girl
Okay.
twins. It's pretty
Boy,
unique.
girl, twins. How old are they?
They are 35,
35 years old.
35, and I have four grandchildren.
Four grandchildren. All right.
Hmm.
So we got twins. Was there any other children or just the twins?
Just the twins.
I hate to say just the twins. That had to have been enough work right there, but
That's okay. No, it's great.
yeah, boy and a girl. You knocked it out, man. Just get it all over with.
That's right.
Everybody's
One and
always
done.
shooting. Everybody's always
Two and
shooting
done.
for boy and a girl, and then they have to have three or four to get the girl, or three or four to get the boy. And you just said the heck. You're very efficient, Terry. So there's one thing we know about Terry. She's very efficient. I'm gonna get the job done. I'm out of here. Get my boy, my girl.
Right.
It's over. All right. So when y'all are at the barbecue, just remember Terry's got twins. Anything else, Terry? Give me something that you overcame before the age of 18, Terry.
I overcame before the age of 18.
Yeah, you look back on it and you go, man, that was pretty cool. I did that. Or it could have been traumatic. It could have been that. Could have been great.
Um, I overcame before the age of 18. I left home.
See, there we go. You left home before the age
Yeah,
of
I
18.
started to be independent before the age of 18.
Okay. Everybody on here, Terry, has had something crazy traumatic happen before the age of 18, and they've also done something great before the age of 18. And if they say they haven't, they're lying straight from the pit of hell because they have. We all have. So you left home before the age. See, there's something else we know about Terry to talk to her about the barbecue. So when you're introduced, Toby, you going to be at the barbecue on the 27th? You are? Okay. So now when you introduce people to Terry at the barbecue, you get to talk about this woman's a powerhouse. Not only did she just say, the heck with it, I'm going to have a boy and a girl in one shot and I'm done with it. I'm over with it. I don't have to worry about having another 9 months of, whatever. I'm just going to have a boy and a girl over. She's very efficient and she's a fighter. I mean, you got to be a fighter to leave the house before the age of 18 and strike out on your own. When you went out on your own, did you strike out?
Um, no, not really. I
You just
had
made
a,
it?
I had a roommate and I had a job,
All
so, and
right.
a car. So,
Roommate, a job, and a car. What was your job?
I was a hairdresser.
Really? See, we're
Mhm.
learning so much about her, Toby. There's so much you can talk about Terry when you're at the barbecue about Terry. Because what we do is we tend to have these empty conversations at these barbecues. Hey, this is Terry. She does real estate. Who gives a crap? Tell me about Terry. Tell me something great about Terry. Terry's overcame some stuff. All right. Well, so your first job was a hairstylist at the age of
Hmm.
18. That had to have been difficult getting clientele being that young.
It was. It
You
was
were
because
you
I was
had to be
extremely
had to,
shy.
and you were shy.
Mm.
She's shy and she took a job that you cannot be shy at. I
Right.
love Terry more now. Terry's our hero, Judy. Look at that. She took a job. She's shy and she took a job where she's got to talk to people. That's powerful. Why'd you pick real estate?
Um, I think because I've moved so many times in my life that I just have been in a lot of different areas and have always enjoyed looking at real estate, homes, apartments, businesses.
Would you still consider yourself shy?
Yes,
And you
at
still
times.
pick and you still are bold and brave to pick something like that.
Hmm.
That's what it's all about right there. I like that. Everyone, like, let me ask you a question, Terry. Now be honest. If I asked you, tell me something exciting from your past, do you think you have a very unexciting past or exciting past?
Um, I don't know about exciting, but I guess adventurous, I just always like trying new things.
Yeah. So what happens is we minimize what we've been through. Like who on here, raise your hand, like physically, you can physically raise your hand if you think what she did, leaving home 18, taking on a job as a hairdresser is pretty cool. Like that's pretty exciting. Like she did something, man. And she minimized, I left, I had to get a job. And that's what we do. And that's cool. That's what makes you humble. And we like that about you, Terry. However, it's a big deal. Leave home where they're feeding you. Now, let me ask a better question. Why did you leave home?
Because I wanted to be independent.
All right. So they were feeding you and taking care of you. You didn't have to leave.
Right.
Okay. So they gave you food, they gave you a place to live, but she wanted, see, that's exciting. That's powerful. And what we do, Terry, is we tend to minimize our stories. And when people ask us, hey, why'd you get into real estate? We come up with generic stuff as opposed to, I'm a fighter. I've always picked things that were challenging. Instead of saying I love real estate, Terry can say, I've always picked things that were challenging, things that were clearly outside of your comfort zone, Terry, right?
Yeah, somewhat. Yeah.
Somewhat.
Yes.
Is this out of your comfort zone talking to me right now?
No, not really.
No? Okay, good. All right.
I'm going to be
I
the
actually,
person getting all these questions asked.
what'd you say?
I said, I guess I wasn't prepared to answer all these questions, but it's fun.
Yeah, yeah, Daniel left me in control. That's dangerous. I like to learn about people. Learning about people is the most fascinating thing in the world. And if we could get better at it as a group when we're, with our customers, understanding, because here's something y'all all need to know. Before the age of 18, everybody has had a traumatic experience and a good experience. Telling you, it's just happened. And so, okay, since we know that, check. Okay, so when we're talking to our customers about listing their home or helping them find a home, we know that. Now, we don't come out and ask them right away. Like I've gotten to know Terry. Terry knows who I am, right? I didn't just first ask her, hey, by the way, what happened before the age of 18? That'd be weird, right? Right, Terry?
Right.
Yeah, that'd be weird. But I got to know her. I know who she is. We've seen each other a few times. We've talked. I know who she is. So you can, but so I mean, but you can do the same when you're with customers, and you're different than every other realtor at that point. Like she just cares about who I am as a person. And now you're massively different. And then from there, the next logical, easy step is to build a business of 10,000 people and never have to work a day in your life and retire and move to the Philippines so we can go live with Ella. I wish I could see Toby's face right now. I know he's smiling. Ella's laughing. Okay. Teresa, tell us something that's happened to you before the age of 18 that we don't know about.
Wow, okay. I grew up in China. I didn't come here until I was 21. So in China, I've been talking to my husband about my childhood. He told me his childhood stories. I told her his mine. It told him mine, and it just seemed to be we didn't have a lot of luxury items. We didn't have electrical fans. I remember when I was little, it was so hot in the summer, and all night long, my grandma would lie next to me and fan me all night. So I was spoiled, but we didn't have a lot. However, I didn't know. I thought that was the best of my life.
Yeah.
I didn't know better. So I had a good time. And then I went to Beijing. I grew up in Tianjin, a northern city in China, and I went to Beijing for my college. And that's when I was 18. Before 18, I actually worked one part-time job at a restaurant to make wonton soup. Have you tried wonton soup? So I make wontons in the morning, and that's actually a breakfast. Nobody eats wonton for lunch or dinner in China. They eat it only for breakfast. So I had to get up early, like 5 or 6 o'clock in the morning. For a whole summer, I went to this really famous restaurant in China, in my hometown, to make the wontons, and then they sell the wonton soup to customers. So that was my only working experience before 18. And then I went to college and I came here, and then there's a lot of stories after that.
So what
Keep it
about
short.
are you going to be at the barbecue?
Yes, yes, yeah, I will be at
Okay.
the barbecue. Yes, I
So
love
now every
Daniel's barbecue.
so now everybody knows something deeper about Teresa. We know something deeper about Terry. So that way, when we're introducing new people to each other at the barbecue, it's not the same old, same old. Well, Teresa's really good at real estate. Yes, Teresa's really good at real estate. We all know that. Duh. But who is Teresa? Who is Teresa? Teresa, before the age of 18, she never had no AC. Her grandmother fanned her because it was so hot. She didn't even know it was hot because of the most magical thing in the world called love. Her grandmother loved her. So she didn't even know it was hot, right? We all sit around and complain about stuff, but love is so powerful. Teresa she didn't even know it was hot. You didn't even know you were broke, right?
Oh no, I thought it was good. I thought we lived a good life. But my husband kept telling me that when he was young, his mom told him, "Eat the food in your plate because there are starving children in China." I feel like I was starving. We have guys.
They're
But he was talking
starving.
about me, the starving children in China.
You got to eat everything on your plate because there's starving children in China, and one of them's going to be your wife.
That's right.
That is so cool. But that's powerful though. I mean, you didn't even know. You
No,
don't
I
have
didn't know.
AC, didn't even have fans. Your grandmother was the fan.
I remember
Yeah.
our grains like flour or rice, they were all rationed, so we can only get certain amount every month. We our meat also our eggs, everything was rationed. We have those little like tickets that every month we get some tickets from the government, and then we have to take the tickets to buy like certain like a 1 pound or half pound of meat or eggs, and that's it. So that every family had is rationed for their amount of food. But I wasn't starving. I don't know if my parents just gave their food to me, but I didn't even know.
Yeah.
I didn't think it was a bad life. I was happy.
You were loved. And now we got people complaining because they can't get the new iPhone. That's powerful. Those are more meaningful messages. Kevin, are you going to the barbecue?
I'm going to barbecue.
You are. Okay, good. So
Yes.
now, and I know you know Teresa. However, now you know Teresa even better. It's obvious. See, success leaves clues.
We My
Success.
father and her family were in the same area.
That's hilarious.
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah,
That's crazy. So I want
it
to
was
get
really
back to
close.
that. Don't let me
Couple
forget
of
that.
blocks, I think.
Kevin, I want to get back to that, but hold on for a second. But what I'm saying is now success leaves clues, and it's no wonder why Teresa's successful. Um, how you were 21 when you moved to America?
Yes.
And
Yes, I was 21.
did you know English at that point?
Very little. I was at actually also talking. I talk to my husband every day for a long time. But so the other day I was talking about that we grew up in China. They taught British English, and I had very little knowledge of some British English. So the first trip to the store, I needed some pants. I asked the clerks about trousers. So I kept saying, "Where can I find trousers?" And nobody understood me. And I kept saying, and I started self-doubting myself, and I kept changing the sound, trousers, trousers, trousers. So I kept changing and hoping they will understand, but nobody understood. I couldn't find where pants were. Because I thought pants were trousers, trousers were pants. That
So
was just one story.
we're laughing now, but that had to have been a very traumatic experience. How old were you?
I was 21. I was maybe almost 20, 21 and a half, almost 22 there. Yeah. Yeah.
And you knew
I was
nobody. That had to,
adult,
you what?
adult already.
Yeah. Well, I mean, yeah. So, but that was a very traumatic experience. Had to have been.
Yeah, kinda was very like it was shocking, traumatic enough that I still remember.
Yeah.
And then people asked me phone number, and at the time, like I said, we learned British English. To me, telephone, telephone. We always say telephone. We never said phone, and I had no idea what phone was. And they asked me, "What's your phone number?" I was like, "What's phone?" So it was so traumatic. I was stunned there. I didn't know what to say. And whatever I say, they don't understand. Whatever they say to me, I didn't understand.
Wow. So now when we're at a barbecue and we're introducing Teresa, we get to talk about the overcomer that Teresa is. And people connect with people. They connect with Terry's story. They connect with Teresa's story. And what happens though so often is that we get into these networking events and all we do is talk about Teresa, the real estate agent. And guess what? They walk away, they never remember Teresa again. They'll never remember her. But you connect Teresa with the story of who she is. Now, I don't know about y'all, but I got chills when she's saying that because when I was 21 years old, I was a young punk doing drugs, acting like my life was tough. And I'm sitting here listening to her story going, man, I was just a punk, you know? Here's this girl that moved all the way from China, doesn't even know the difference between telephone and phone or trousers and pants. And I was worried about where I was getting my next drugs from. So there's a story behind Teresa bigger and more, and they'll remember that versus Teresa is a badass real estate agent. We can all agree she is. Duh. Okay. She's great at it. But what separates her and what's going to remember her? What's going to remember Terry? How are people going to remember Terry? Well, she's overcome some things. She left home before she was 18 to go strike out on her own. She picked a career where, dear Lord, she's not a people person, but everything she keeps picking in her life is people person, right? And people are gonna, oh, and she's got twins, a boy and a girl. She's very efficient. She got rid of, she said, heck with it, I'm gonna be done. She moved on. Now that's a little humor, but they will remember Terry has twins, a boy and a girl, as opposed to Terry's good at real estate. Is this making sense? Because I want these barbecues to be something more than people, oh, y'all got a good culture. Well, and then I'll ask, explain the culture, and they can't. But they can explain Teresa and what she's been through and what she's done and what she's overcome and how she's overcome it and who she is as a human being. That will connect with them and they'll never forget Teresa, as opposed to, she's good at real estate. I hope this is making sense because this is powerful stuff. I remember when I went to my first EXP event, and to this day, I only remember one speaker. And the reason why is because that one speaker talked about his battle and struggle with his children. and how his children were taken away from him and how he lost his children and he was going to fight to get them back. And I got tears in my eyes, Teresa, because my father left us and didn't want us. And here's a man doing the opposite, fighting to get his kids back. I connected with him. Does anybody even know who I'm talking about without even saying who he is or what he does? Judy, who is it?
It's my boy Phil.
Yep, it's Phil Stringer.
Mm-hmm.
And by the way, he does amazing AI. But if we led with that, Judy, so does everybody else. There's so many AI gurus right now inside of EXP. It's hilarious. But we connected with Phil, Judy, because of an incredible story, right? And we'll never forget that. And to this day, Judy, I can't remember the other speakers. I have no idea who was there or who was talking. But this man got up there as very vulnerable, just like Teresa was very vulnerable. Terry was vulnerable. She had no idea she was doing this morning. No one did. And now we connect. And I want people to connect with We Partners. I don't want people just to, oh yeah, they got a good culture and they're fun and they do barbecues. Bull crap on that. Teresa's got a story. Terry's got a story. Judy's got a story. You know, Peter, thank you. Peter's got it. Dear Lord, Peter's got a story. I've gotten to know Peter here recently and had some one-on-one conversations with him. And I'll let you share, I'll let him share that. But what I'm saying is the stories are powerful. And what I mean by this is every one of you is freaking powerful. And don't ever forget it. And like Terry's like, well, you know, my life was kind of hum-hum. No, man. She left. I guarantee if I keep talking to Terry, we're going to find some more stuff. Now, I'm not going to because I've already put her on the spot enough, and I want her to come back next Monday. I don't want Daniel to say, what the hell did you do to my group when I was gone? I want her to come back. But I guarantee you, I promise you, there's something massive in Terry's story we haven't hit on yet. And that's what's so beautiful about people's stories, and people connect. And then when they come to our barbecue, they don't want to leave us because they know the story, not just the person, not just Teresa's badass at real estate, right? Teresa's way more than real estate. And the fact that, I mean, just the fact that we know, like I said in the beginning, success leaves clues. It's obvious that Teresa's going to be successful here in the United States. Look at everything she overcame to get to this point. You know, just to learn how to say the difference between telephone and phone, right? We take that for granted. Telephone, phone. What do you mean you don't understand that? Trousers, pants. What do you mean? She didn't know it, but she had to figure it out. And she had to take the chance to be embarrassed. She could have stayed in China and just lived out life and been fine and spoke the language. No, she was bold and said, let's do something. Why did you come here, Teresa?
Hey, that's another story. My dad came here in the 80s because he was working for the government, and the government gave him a job to go out overseas to purchase large equipments. So, and then he came to the United States a couple of times. He realized the life here was so much different, much better than China. So he decided to stay. So he stayed here and he brought my mom here. And I actually stayed in China for 4 or 5 years by myself with my grandma. And then they applied for me to come here. So I actually came here because my parents, but at the time when I came, they divorced. So I actually came here because my mom asked me to come to help her because my dad took off to somewhere else and she was alone. She was sad and her English was so bad. I mean, if I tell you my English was bad at the time, her English was worse. So she couldn't live on her own. She called me. Like at the time, it was really hard to call overseas, but she managed to do that and say, and I was like a second year in college. She's like, you got to come help me. So I had to come to help her. That's how I came here.
Man, there's so much we can unpack there. We're not going to, but that's just huge right there. But that's just
It's a long story. Sorry.
No, do not say sorry. Do not say sorry. I'm just saying because of the time of this call, but I would like to learn more about that because that's powerful right there. And that's who makes you who you are and why you're successful. And I hope y'all are understanding what I'm saying because y'all think, well, I need to learn how to do real estate. I need to know how to do a 1031 exchange. I need to know how to do a buyer's rep agreement. I need to know how. No, who are you? That's what makes you successful. Teresa could literally do anything. Terry could literally do anything and be successful. It has nothing to do with the thing, real estate, insurance, solar panels. cutting hair, although that's kind of a different one. That you got to have a pretty mad skill for cutting people's hair. You got to have a little art side to you, artistic side to you, I hope. But outside of that, sales gigs, they're a dime a dozen. But who are you? And that's the most powerful thing right there. So thank you so much, Teresa. And I just want our barbecues to be more impactful. I see Laura's on right now. Laura, I'm not going to put you on the spot, but Laura has a story. And ever since she has told me her story, I've connected with her. I think about her at least once a week. No kidding. I think about her once a week because I'm just like, man, she's powerful. This little itty bitty woman is the size of a freaking giant, and the things that she's overcome and the things she's done. And y'all need to know her story as opposed to introducing her at a barbecue as someone that does good at real estate. There's so much more to Laura than that. And it's amazing. It's phenomenal. And I recommend you guys getting together and really getting to know one another on a deeper level. And that's what We Partners is all about. It's not about just superficial bullcrap relationships. It's about understanding why we do what we do. And what we tend to do, Peter, is ask people, why do you do what you do? And we have a hard time telling people why we do what we do. But if you ask them what they've been through, you can figure out why they do what they do. And it makes all the sense in the world. I guarantee you, Toby, I've not gotten to know Toby's story, but Toby came over here. I guarantee he's got an amazing story that I like to hear one day. But so anyhow, let's make our barbecue stronger. Let's get to know each other better. So when people leave us, they get that Phil Stringer effect of, oh, wow, Phil's the guy that blah, 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 not he's the AI guru. Right. And by the way, and Carolyn knows this, I got all of Phil's stuff. I mean, I learned all his stuff, paid attention to all his stuff. He might not even be the best AI guy, but I connected with Phil. Therefore, I bought his stuff. All right. What wins do we got? Who wants to share a win after all of that? I just wanted to get, one more thing I need to talk about. Daniel has some seats for Aria. Let me read what he's got here. Give me 1 second. I knew we had to get I got Monkey King in here. Why is Monkey? Okay. I need to sell Aria DFW seats, $100 each. It's a table for 10. That was $2,000 per table. So you're getting it 50% off at $100 a seat is what he is saying. 50% off for our partners times 15 seats to sell. So make sure you get with Ella. Good morning, everyone. Here's the public view link today's slide. Okay. Ella, could you put something up there, maybe possibly of how to get these Aria tickets? And if not, if we don't have a link for that, Ella, who should they reach out to? I don't know if I don't want them to reach out to Daniel and bother him, but it looks like Ella's got something. So go to the chats and she'll put something there to get your Aria tickets. But please go support We Partners. Please show up. And again, when you're at these events and you know more about each other, we are more impactful knowing everyone's story as opposed to they do real estate. Like Lucia. Lucia's got a crazy story. She's bad to the bone when it comes to real estate, right? But that's not going to connect. But if I tell you Lucia's story and who she is, then it connects. So please spend the time doing that. Okay. Who's got a win they want to share? You can just scream out. We don't have to be formal.
Okay, I have a win.
Let's do it, Lucia.
Our daughter's getting married this weekend.
Hey, congratulations. Oh,
Yeah.
that's tough. That's tough for dads. Get
no,
Charlie
he's
on.
been
Get Charlie on
crying.
here. We need to do a psychology class for Charlie.
Every time he practices his speech,
Oh
when we were
shit.
at the airport waiting to go to Cabo, I went to get coffee and I came back. I'm like, "Are you okay?" Because he's like all serious. And he's like, "I'm writing my speech."
Oh, I want to hug him right now.
So it's a blessing. And we moved all of the wedding presents into their brand new apartment in Lower Greenville yesterday, like one of these amazing new buildings. Just such a blessing. So super happy for these two.
Well, I know this about you and Charlie is y'all are going to build a super powerful team because y'all's combination as a relationship and who y'all are is so powerful. It's so attractable. Charlie's got more of the brash, I'm going to punch you in the face side, and you got more of the, hey, let me help you. I don't mean punch you in the face. He's not going to do that, but he's got more of the brash, and it's good. We need that. We need that in our lives. He says it how it is. And
Yeah.
and yeah, and y'all are very powerful together. Y'all are going to build a team of thousands and thousands of people, so it's going to be fun to watch.
Amen.
Good hanging out with you in Cabo.
That was brilliant. Loved it.
Sam from Boston, rainy Boston. Talk to us. Paki Ka.
Look, I'm just a kid from dead end street. Majority of us kind of came over, from other places. Grew up in the projects. I'm a, you know, funny guy supposedly. I'm a double agent. Went to school for finance. I thought I was going to be a financial planner, but got into real estate in '98. Got into residential lending in 2002. Work-life balance. The lending piece allowed me to structure the time a lot better for growing families. Um, Fast forward to today, more focusing on team building and then supporting loan officers within my other side as well. The win is I closed a DSCL loan with a client last Monday, single fam, no doc. We had a regional bank um, on a 30-year fix at 7.25. There was a few conditions that the buyer couldn't satisfy. Last minute, we flipped it. We were supposed to close on the 4th. So that week, couple days before, um, we started talking about that. We pivoted, sent it to one of my colleagues on the lending company I'm with. I didn't go that route first because I was the buyer agent, so I didn't want it to. But she says, "Hey, I need some help, this and that." Not only we got her close on 3.9, we also got her rate down to 6.125 on the 30-year fix. But it does have a 3-year prepay, but she's okay with it because at that rate with no doc, 25% down, you can't not want to close on that. And then I'm taking a listing for one of her other properties, a 2-bedroom condo. She bought about 6 years ago for about 150, and then we're gonna try to put on the market for like 259 this week. We're waiting for the other snow to get away, and so on and so forth. So I've been having my agents in the team reach out to rental tenants that close with agents at the price point of 2,500 to 2,000 monthly payment on the rental side. So those clients after the 1-year cycle, they might qualify to buy this 2-bedroom condo at that price point, the monthly payment. So the value proposition on me is I'm a double agent, so I understand the real estate and the lending, so to drive more value to everybody. So that's
Good.
who I am in a nutshell.
Did you say
So
at the
let me share
beginning you
back to
did you say at the beginning you grew up in the projects?
Yes, I did.
From what age to
We
what
didn't
age?
have a car in my family until I was in college. So we knew how to walk to places. We knew how to take the bus. We knew how to take the train. So grew up in JP, Jamaica Plain in Boston. So lived in the car a few times here and there because didn't want to go back home, went through college and so on and so forth. Like
Yeah.
you rent and then you don't pay your rent and then you get kind of like transition in college. You think you want to just go and do everything yourself. So
Right.
once you move out, you're like, okay, I don't want to move back. It's kind of embarrassing, for your parents or whatever the case is. So kind of transitioned through that and then got a job. And long story short,
Yeah.
here I am today.
Well, I want to know more about that story. That's powerful because there's something you've been through that makes you who you are and makes you go through what you go through. And we all need to know Sam a little deeper and a little better as we're doing all this because there's something inside of that man, Teresa,
Well,
that makes
a
him.
great co-sponsor in Boston, right? I speak
There you
Canton.
go. Yeah.
Canton is not bad. So and then my own dialect, which is Hakis. So and
Hakis.
poquito español,
Hakis.
okay?
How do you
Hakis.
say it?
Haka is a haka. So
Haka.
Hakis.
Where's that come from? China?
Yep, somewhere in China, and then
Haka. Haka. How many dialects are in China, Sam?
I think more than 60, right? So the funny thing is I was born in Vietnam, but also I'm Vietnamese Chinese, but my parents are Chinese. So
Okay.
yeah,
All right. Well, there's more to say and we need to learn later, but thank you for sharing your win, my friend.
thank you.
Teresa, give us your W for the week.
All right. Just quickly, I have two leases signed. One under contract on the seller side, one under contract on the buyer side. Signed one listing agreement about to do the staging tomorrow and get it on the MLS by Thursday. That's it.
Love it.
I'm gonna keep it short.
That's good. That's strong and powerful. Thank you, Teresa. And thanks for sharing your story this morning, not knowing you were going to. I know there's a lot more to your story, a lot deeper than that, but I appreciate you. Kevin, you were about to share part of your story there. Tell me something. You're a young man. How old are you? Like 24, 25?
Now I'm 36,
36?
almost. Yeah,
Damn, you look
almost
22.
36. Oh,
What
thank you.
what tell us what drugs you're doing because you look really young. I need some of that. I'm 56 now.
Now I just need to go to army for a couple of years, and they tour you, and then, yeah,
All right.
keep you
Make you look
positive.
young. Army
Yes.
makes you look young. Okay,
Yeah.
cool.
I mean, they just
Um,
like torture you, and then you need all you need to do is just survive, and then make your heart strong. So that's why.
so you were about to tell us something about where you grew up, where Teresa grew up, or something like that, and I stopped you.
Oh, no, no, no. So you just found out, like, my father, when they were in like neighbors, kind of neighbors, like they were really, like, they lived really close when
Yeah.
they were
Live on
young.
the same street.
Yeah, yeah.
Wow.
Couple of blocks. Yeah.
And when did y'all meet?
Me and her. Oh yeah. So we know each other through the like Tianjin community chat.
Okay. But what I'm
Yeah.
asking, when, what year?
I think after COVID, right? After COVID-19. After
Yeah, I
COVID.
think, yeah,
Yeah.
just a
Did
few
y'all?
years back.
Yeah.
Wow. That's cool. And y'all grew up on the same street. That's just insane.
No, my father. Yeah, my father.
I grew up
Yeah.
on the same
Yeah, I
street
knew
as
you're.
his father, not
Yeah.
him.
Yeah.
No,
That
not
that
me.
part I figured out. That part I figured out. Family.
Yeah.
I meant to say family. Sorry about that.
Yeah.
Well, cool, Kevin. All right. You got a win for us, Kevin?
Oh yeah, Josh, he went to the Korea, and then he start to the settle up his situation over there, and then he's starting to talk to people, real estate agents, and then brokers. I
Okay.
think that's the good start to expand over there.
Yeah. So I know
Yeah.
you're doing a lot of recruiting, Kevin, and you and I got to talk to that person this Wednesday in Daniel's office, which is going to be awesome. But
Yes.
with your recruiting, and as you're talking to people about EXP or We Partners, if I could get you to quit talking about We Partners and EXP and instead talk about the people. So the best way to do that is like Teresa now. You've already known her actually, but you know her story. She grew up very with no money. Food was rationed. She did not know it because she had such love in her life with her grandmother. And then you know about Terry and things of Terry. So when we're all recruiting and building, we tend to make the mistake of, well, we have an 80-20 cap, we do stock ownership, blah, 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 blah. No, I want to talk about Lucia and Charlie and who they are as human beings and what makes them tick. I want to talk about Laura and how powerful Laura is and how strong she is and people want to join that community versus EXP / We Partners. Does that make sense, Kevin?
Yes. Yes.
We talk about We Partners, we talk about EXP down the road, but at first it's the family. It's the
Mm-hmm.
things that people have been through that people are going to remember. Like me
Yes.
talking about me and Judy remembering and Carolyn remembering what I was talking about. All I talked about was a single father that lost his children, and everyone on here, well, I shouldn't say everyone, Carolyn and Judy knew I was talking about Phil Stringer. They knew that immediately. Why? Because we told a story. Not he's the AI guy. There's so many freaking AI guys in EXP right now. It's ridiculous. But we remember Phil, right? He got up there. He
Mm-hmm.
was vulnerable. He told a story. Is that making sense, Kevin? Is that helping you at all?
Yes. Yes.
Because that way, when you're talking about either me or Teresa or Daniel, and then y'all hear me talk about Daniel all the time, very humble, very humble. I talk about that constantly. So you can share that with people as opposed to, well, he's really good at commercial real estate and he's Asian. Okay, great. That's
Yes.
awesome.
Mhm.
Who is he? Who is he? That's what people remember, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
All right. Thanks
Yeah.
for being on, Kevin.
And
Any other W's for the week? I think Daniel wants to share a W. I just saw him pop on. Yeah, there he is. I told him.
Always. My win is I got on, even though Paul said I dropped off kids. My wife is here.
Hey, Stephanie.
The win is
Hi, good morning. How are you?
the win is she is on the.
It's cold. It's cold here.
It's cold. It's
Yeah,
snowing. So the win,
yeah.
we had snow. We made it safely. We got a day off, so my wife and I get to hang out. Gene
Nice.
Frederick is in town in Breckenridge, so we're going to see Gene later on this evening with Nicole and their family. They're just about 5 minutes from our condo. And then, yeah, just enjoy the day. Just blessed. And, thanks for getting on. I know it's spring break, but it's good. And this was last minute trip because I did not announce that I was going to Colorado until Friday afternoon, until we all decided. And it was just supposed to be it was supposed to be a father-son trip. And then my daughter wanted to go. So that was a win for her to bring mom to come. Because my wife doesn't ski and she likes to stay home.
I'm a homebody.
So that's the win.
Hang on, Stephanie. What did you just say?
I'm a homebody.
Homebody. Okay, good. Homebody. I thought I heard something else. I was about to hurt you. Homebody.
A homebody. I like to stay home.
And then the win was Andy fed the Panda family yesterday. We had dim sum. It was good to see him and his new team member Yalin. So it was great, and to see other friends as well. So
Okay, so we're gonna really put Stephanie on the spot. I've been Mr. Psychology today. Can I put you on the spot real quick, Stephanie?
Sure.
Tell us something about Daniel that none of us know.
Oh, you don't want to know.
No, we want to know. Don't tell us something that's gonna don't I might have already scared everybody today. Let's not scare him completely.
No. I think
it's okay.
People may not know. I mean, I was told on Friday at 10:53 a.m. that he was going to take my son to this trip. Okay, and then within 24 hours we hit the road. Okay, so I mean, I think you guys know how crazy he is, but you don't know how crazy he is. Dragging all of us, like I was scrambling to find my kids' clothes, is freaking 75 degrees in Texas. Where do you get ski clothes, ski boots? So yeah, in the afternoon when I pick up my daughter, yes, we go clothes hunting. And then my son just came back he was on the way back from Washington, D.C. from his school trip. So he
got delayed till 3 a.m. So
Yeah,
I had to pick him at 3 a.m.
Daniel picked him up on Saturday morning at 3 a.m. And then we hit the road at 1 p.m. So,
And then she made it. She says I made her sleep on the street.
yes, we slept on the street, It's crazy.
So for everybody listening, now when you go to the barbecue, all right, y'all need to hug Stephanie. You don't have to say nothing. Just give her a hug. Ask her if you can do anything for her. Can I make you a plate? Because she'll try to make you a plate, but don't let her do that. You make her a plate. You treat her like a queen. Because I think after hearing that, she deserves to be treated like a queen. Am I right, Lucia? Yeah, we need to treat her like a queen after
Daniel's
that story.
everywhere, as everybody knows. So I don't need to say that. But you didn't know how crazy this guy is. I'm like, I was kind of ignoring him. I'm like, okay, you take Nathaniel, you go. Then I didn't know I was getting dragged into. I was planning my week. I was like, oh, okay, spring break, picking my bread and everything. Little did I know.
Thank you for jumping on and talking to us. It was the highlight of the call this morning. I appreciate you. So Terry, now you know it. You betcha. Terry, now you know at the barbecue, give Stephanie a hug. You don't have to say nothing. Just tell her you love her. And yeah, it's tough. So let's make sure everyone's at the barbecue, and we're telling everyone's story as opposed to. I mean, we now know more about Teresa, how she grew up, how Terry grew up. Get with Laura, get with Peter. They have amazing stories that will connect with people. Get with Lucia. She has an amazing story. My girl Judy Ratsmi Saldana. Did I do that okay? All right. So hang on, Daniel. Do you have a win you want to share? Is that what you got your hand up for, or you just didn't put it down?
No, I was trying to put it down.
Okay. All right. So you guys have a wonderful, productive day. And remember, it's all about stories. The stories that everybody on here are so powerful, so heart touching, so meaningful. And everyone's story matters. And that's what makes us who we are. And that's what makes you so great in real estate. So love you guys. Go get yours. I'm getting mine.
Let's go, guys.